and replaced the 1152 with 50 pounds of the Redmond product, the volcanic ash and sea minerals.
Sure.
SR65 is what they used on their particular situation. So very interesting results on that trial is that the bushels per acre went up. The input cost, let's start there, the input cost went down by about half on the fertilizer input cost, and then the bushels per acre went up by close to 10%.
And that was on the Redmond side of the trial?
Yep, and then so that was significant, and they were like, boy, do we have something? So the next year they did a little larger trial. They had a time release fertilizer out of Canada that was pretty expensive, that they did kind of that same head-to-head concept. That year it actually turned out that there was bumper crops on both sides, but the Canadian fertilizer was a little bit better, or enough better to for the extra input cost of the fertilizer. But the best part on their farm was where they reduced that down a little bit and added the Redmond in together with it. So there was better production and reduced costs on that. So that was kind of where we, the big challenge that we were having on that particular one is where they were using an air seeder of how to handle the product and things. So they're farming 10,000 acres, and so it was kind of some difficulties on handleability. And at that point we were kind of really having to focus on the cattle side to really grow that business, and so we kind of shelved the soil application, a few little things here and there, but that was about it for a while on that.
Sure. And so what kind of, now that we're here, what kind of has got you back into thinking about this or renewing your interest in the soil health with the Redmond product?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different things that happened on that. Probably one of the biggest things is that our connection in with the cattle has really solidified with both the Sweet Pro and Redmond and our whole program, and then kind of expanding as we've expanded through Montana, Wyoming, Nebraska, into North and South Dakota a little bit. And we'll begin to hire some cattle specialists that really can help focus on that. And so that's given us a little bit more time to look at, almost a separate division or another division of Agri-Best, utilizing some of the same, definitely same products and same principles that we're seeing on the cattle side. One of the things that I was told in that process, which kind of spurred my thoughts back on, is the soil is very similar to the rumen on a cow. So microbial activity and how the importance of the microbes in the rumen and how important that is for the function on a cow or any ruminant, and very similar to the microbial activity in the soil. So those things started to spur my interest. Didn't know anything about the soil, but that similarity, I said, okay, it's something we need to start looking into. Probably 5-6 years ago, at one of the Redmond conferences, I met a guy that they had just hired who had some soil health interest, Tim Williams, and so worked with him quite a bit and learning kind of the details of that. And they can get very complex and very deep pretty quick on soils types and regions and crops and you name it. It can get really complicated, but being able to see the value of a very diversified mineral coming in that can basically help maximize whatever soil type you have or whatever crop you're growing. So that dovetails into our desire to maximize genetic potential on the cattle side. Same type of thing on the farm. would have been maybe 2 years ago, we had actually hired a business coach, Kylan Hunt, that was to come and just work with our business. That's one of the things we always like to grow and have somebody from the outside come and look and help us develop in our business strategies. And his background was actually in water management. And so using soil probes and whatnot. And so that was very intriguing. And so once again, that kind of helped us start to get down that road. So actually here last year we did, 7 or 8 trials down in Nebraska, utilizing the sea minerals and the Redmond products on different corn and soybean, different crops, and all the indicators once again say that there's some value here, and so yeah, pretty excited about where we're at.
And you can find some of those results on the website as well, on those trials.
Yeah, we're still in the process of kind of working through all the details on them. One of the big things is we've gone around and looked at those at the different sites and looked at some of the data coming back. It's definitely not negatively impacting anything, and so there's positive indicators. It's just a matter of kind of gathering all that data and how do we best recommend some things to guys as far as that might be considering ways to save money and improve soil health at the same time.
So if I called you tomorrow and I wanted, because this does interest me, if I wanted to do some on my place, I know on the nutritional end you guys have programs. Do you have something like that for the soil side? I mean, recommendations and a program type deal? Yeah, so there's some different options as we look at it, and I think probably as we begin to jump into that, understanding the philosophy and what Redmond actually brings to the table is pretty important. So when you start with Redmond has 2 mined products. Okay, so one is a mined sea mineral, or the salt, and our understanding is that there's only a couple of salt mines in the world that have all the plethora of minerals still intact. And is there a pretty dense amount of minerals in that salt?
Very much so. So you got 60 plus naturally occurring trace minerals, depending on how far, if you'd actually tested all the way down to parts per billion, you'd probably have all the elements in the periodic table would be in that. Okay. And it's very interesting. It's in their natural balance, the way God's created. The oceans, basically, that's one of the couple of things from the books that they gave me to read. Talks about that natural balance, the minerals being in crystalline form, so very, very bioavailable, and most salt mines you walk into are kind of like walking into a snowball. So you got all the sodium, and you only have sodium and chloride left. All the other minerals have leached out over time, or however that is. I guess I'm not sure what that is. Right. Or you get kind of a dirty salt, which is salt and dirt minerals that are kind of mixed together, right. And it's salty, but it's not this crystalline basically rock that has all of these minerals in their natural balance and in crystalline form. The other salt mine that's similar to the one that's in Redmond is the Himalayan salt, if you've heard of that before. Yeah. And that's where it comes out of Pakistan, but pretty similar in those. But that's Redmond's mined right here in the United States and available, and it's pretty interesting stuff as far as that goes. So that's the sea mineral. There's a layer of volcanic ash, and this is down in Utah, and basically the sea mineral is down about a mile, from my understanding, under most of Utah is where that layer of the sea mineral is. At Redmond, it has tipped and gone vertical and is right close to the surface. So that's how they discovered it, through the wildlife and things that are over there licking on it and things, and they started to mine down, and they can actually mine down through that hard rock with heavy equipment, and they don't have to support the mine or anything, so it'll be very interesting. I know you're heading down there
Yep,
next week, so
yeah.
you'll be have a great time as you kind of get down there and kind of see and understand that. But that's just solid salt, sea mineral, but all the plethora of minerals in that.
Sure.
There's a layer of volcanic ash, and so probably that volcanic eruption or whatever that the earth that kind of moved that tipped that up.
Right.
So they got about a mile to mine down, and I believe they're, and you'll probably get more up on that next week. I think they're 400 or 500 feet honeycomb down in there, so there's a pile of available product there.
Thank you for watching, and join us for the next episode of Redmond for Soils, putting new life in old soils.